Redemption by Tupac. We're in a key of E minor. And first thing, the chords, I'm going to tell you the chords you're going to need to know are E minor. Okay. C major or C add 9. G major. And then back to E. Okay, so that's the first part. E minor, you take your first two fingers and put them on the second fret of the A and the D string. Make sure you can see both my hands. All right. C add 9. You're going to take your first finger and put it on the second fret of the D string. Your ring finger and put it on the third fret of the A string. I'm sorry, your middle finger and put it on the third fret of the A string. And then your ring finger is on the third fret of the D string. And I will just play that open E. All right, that's pretty. That open E string. All right. Then you have G. You're going to take the same exact shape and go right upstairs. Bam, bam. So you're right here. Take your first finger and move it up to the second fret of the A string. And your middle finger, move it up to the third fret of the G string. I'm sorry, of the low E string. And this note is G. Okay. So bam. Okay, so the first part, I kind of strummed it backwards just to be a little dramatic, you know. All right. Okay, then you're going to walk up to the C with the bass line. Okay, when you walk up, hit the open A string. Put your finger down on the second fret of the A string. And then take your middle finger and put it down on the third fret of the A string. So slowly you have. Okay, and then I just kind of strum that C add 9 chord. So again. Okay, then I'm gonna go right here on the D string. I'm gonna hammer on to the second fret of the D string. What I mean by that is I'm going to hit the open D string, and then as soon as I hit it, I'm going to slap down, hammer down on this note here, the second note. Okay. And then go to G. Okay, and what I'm doing over here, I'm just kind of arpeggiating the chord by playing the strings individually. Okay, I'm doing the low E string, the D string, the G string, the B string, and then the E string. So I skipped the A string. So, okay, and then okay, that I'm just doing hammering on to the second fret of the A string and then pulling off. So really slow. Okay, so hammer on to the second fret of the A string, pull off, hit the third fret of the low E string, and then kind of bend it down, and then hit open E. Okay, so again, I'm gonna put that all together. So you have E minor. Okay, and then the next part is okay, so I'm doing that hammer thing again. So hammering down to the open A, hammer down, and then open D. So open A, hammer down, open D, and then hit the A string again while your finger is still down on the second fret. And then you're gonna go, sorry. You're gonna hammer onto the D, open D on the second fret. Okay, so again, slowly it goes. Okay, so let me put that together. So you have. Okay? So that repeats 4 times. Then, on the 5th time, when you go to this, so I'm going to put it together and show you where it happens. Okay, so you have. So that's 1. 2. 3. Okay, now on this time, sorry, it's actually on the 4th time. Instead of going to the beginning, you're going to go to the next part, which is. Okay, so I'm going that same walk up, open A string, hammer down on the 2nd fret of the A string, put your middle finger down on the 3rd fret of the A string, play the C add 9 chord, and then you're gonna go open, hammer that 2nd fret of the A string, and then you're gonna go, okay, G major, D, I'm sorry, G, D major and G, sorry, it's really early here, so D major and then G, okay, so you got, let's see, okay, so you open D, okay, so you got C add 9, G, I'm sorry, D, and then G. Okay, the way you play D, just in case, you put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string, your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And I'm just hammering down, you lifting my middle finger to hammer up and down. Okay, so far we got. Repeat that. Okay, so you have C, G, I keep saying G, sorry, D, G, C, D, G. Okay, on the 3rd time, you're gonna go walk down to A minor. Okay, so when I walk down, I'm going the 3rd fret of the A string, 2nd fret of the A string, and then you go down to A minor. A minor is your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. F, you can play it like this. Okay, so I'm barring the 1st fret of all the strings, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, and pinky on the 3rd fret of the G string. Oops, sorry. Ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string and pinky's on the 3rd fret of the D string. I can't remember if I said that correctly. Okay, so you have, and then E minor, F, and then you're gonna do a walk down, 3rd fret of the low E string, 1st fret of the low E string, back to that E minor, and then it goes, okay, so you got C major, quick, and then G major, quick. In C major, I got my 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and my ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string. We already went over G. and then it goes back to E minor, and it repeats. The whole song repeats. So it's kind of an interesting structure. It took me a couple times to listen to it to really get it. So I'm gonna play it for you just so you can kind of get it. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Don't worry about that. Next part. Walk down, A, F, E minor, G, C, G. Back to the beginning.